Good day, my name is Jerry, and welcome to Kathon's Journey, where I will be showing my journey throughout the Philippines and Asia. My motto is, go ahead and take the risk, no matter what anyone says, as to live an adventure for a fun and fulfilling life.
Okay, this is part 2 of my Siargao videos. Again, if you want to see part 1, a little bit what I'm saying is on here on part 1, but I'll go ahead and repeat a little bit. Basically, at that time, I lived in Dumaguete and drove up here to Sugby Lagoon, took the ferry across, about 4.5, 5-hour drive up to Cebu coastline to Mactan Airport here in Mactan Island. Then from there, fly over to Siargao, and then on Siargao Airport, you can take a van for 300 pesos, and they'll drop you off. Basically, everybody stays over here in General Luna, and they'll drop you off. This part 2 video is on my excursions, both on the east side of the island, which is right here, southeast side, Duco Island, this Naked Island, which is nothing but a sand barge, a marine sanctuary when we're scuba diving, and then these other 2 islands out here, and that will be on this video. And also, which is better, the second island hopping we did was Sugby Bay over here, Sugby Lagoon over here, and basically you drive or rent a scooter and come over here to near Del Carmen and port of Sugby Lagoon, and they have boats over here, and this one cost is actually, this is cheaper than the other one, and I thought this one was better. I'll get into the cost here on the spreadsheet, but you take this over, and then they take you 6 people in a boat over to the lagoon. So it worked out pretty well. I do like this island hopping better on this northwest side instead of the southeast side over here in General Luna. You just have to drive over there. It is a little drive, but you can rent a scooter for I got it for 300 a day, 300 pesos a day. But usually, as long as you're there 5 or more days, you can get a better discount. But if not, it's like 350 or 400 a day, and just ride over there, and it's a nice drive over there too. All right, we'll get into the video on part 2. Thank you. Bye.
So this journey takes us to Siargao. This is the second video on this for the island hopping. Our first island here, as you see, is on the very southeast side of the island. You take us basically to 4 islands. This is the first one, Gayam, or Gayam, not sure which way they pronounce it, but it was a very unique island. It was very small, which you'll see in the aerial here in a bit. But it was very nice to go to. Sandy beaches on the backside, had some volcano rocks. You can see, if you look out there, you can see the breaks right there. You can see where the breaks, where the surfing is. It goes out quite a ways. I don't know if they were actually surfing out there, but you can definitely see the breaks. And that wall does go to where they do surf. So nice beach areas you see here. Good, swimming. Then here's the aerial in the backside, and that's how big it is. Real small island right there. Aerials show pretty good size. Just come in. Luckily, we were one of the first ones on all the islands because we left pretty early. So not very many people around. Later in the day, it was pretty crowded when we were looking at the other islands, looking over. So there's the break in the background for the surfing again. You can see the waves turning over there. That goes for quite a ways down there. I don't know how big they are, but that's definitely the break. Again, you can see the volcanic rocks on the back. Now, our second place we went to is this little island here. It's called Naked Island, not because obviously everybody's running around naked, but because there's nothing on it. It's literally just a sand barge. I don't know if it was low or high tide here. I think it is even a high tide. It is still above the water line. So, but nothing but a little sandy island. You can see some girls there rolling on their video. And then this right here is our, that's the first one that we went to right there. The first island, then the sand barge. This is our third island here. It's called Daku, D-A-K-U, I believe it is. Again, nice beach on both sides. Yeah, I think I'm on a corner here right now. We walked all the way down there. It was pretty nice. Right here is where we'll eat right there. I think we were the second one in. You'll see some of that here in a minute. Nice wide beaches, boats coming in. Right there you come in, and basically, again, you have lunch here. This is where the boats down on the other end a little bit, zooming in. But again, this is one of the pretty widest beach I've seen there, coming in on Philippines in general. It's a pretty wide beach. So again, we ate here. This is about halfway through, maybe a little bit more, halfway. I think this was our third out of 4 islands, and you'll see here in a minute the food was pretty good. This was our 3rd island, but it was our 4th stop. Our other stop before this, we went snorkeling in this coral reef. It was okay snorkeling, wasn't the best. Just go in, get wet. Saw some clownfish, a few other things, but it was okay. So walking on the beach, we saw this, like the tree like that, going bent and then straight up. Now this was unique in reference to a school that had these recyclable, 2-liter plastic bottles that they use. Somehow they heat the top, melt it into the bottom, then they got string that holds it. I was very surprised how strong it was. It was very strong and very good way to reuse, the plastic bottles. Okay, here we have the aerial going through Daku Island. Again, it's a nice beach, nice swim area. We did walk quite a bit around it, and then actually walk through they have a little village there. As I said, we walked through where the schools were. There was, I didn't even see mopeds as I recall. See the swimming area going through there. You can go out quite a bit. A lot of sand on the beach and out through it. Not very much coral. You think, oh, that dark in the ocean there is coral, but it's not. Now here is what we had for lunch. Again, very unique picture of the food. It's all 100% food there, starting from the top. It had some dishes. It looked like sauce and that, but it had pineapple, some watermelon. The white that's just Siargao, and the palm tree is actually white rice. The brown in between it is these noodles, brown noodles, bacante they call it. And then going down from there, they have fish and some chicken and some pork there, and then shellfish, and then further down more melon, watermelon, pineapple, and mango. So it was a very good presentation on the delivery of the food, and it was pretty good too. Real nice. Now here's a dog laying on the beach after eating quite a bit. I'm sure the dogs there get quite a bit of food from everybody eating around there. Now right here we got some local Filipino kids. They're having fun on their swings, swimming out there. You can see this kid there is trying to tickle her to get her down from that swing she's on. Now here we're at Sugby Lagoon. This is island hopping on the west side of the island. It takes about an hour to get there. Here you'll see Tess jumping off from this dive they had there. There she goes. And again, it took about an hour to drive there. And then this is a better tour than the other one that is near General Luna. If you can get out there, rent a moped, I would highly suggest this one. And it's again the Sugby Lagoon trip. It's pretty good. Here's myself here, diving in. And I did just leave the remote control. This is done by the drone on a table there. I just asked this guy to watch it real quick. I don't know if he understood me, so I'm hurry up and getting back to make sure that my remote control don't become missing all of a sudden. So again, this is Sugby Lagoon going around. It's pretty interesting to see. Besides, you got probably about a 45-minute drive on the boat when you do go there. The issue is when you first drive over there and you get on the boat, if the cost is in the spreadsheet, but it's based on a number of people that you have. The boat cost is set for up to 6 people, 1 to 6 people. If you get up to 6, you get the best discount, and per individual that you have on it. So make sure you go there. Even if you go there with 1 or 2 people, just ask people when they come in, hey, want to get it and save some money and get 6 people in a boat. That's what we did, and we had no problems doing that. Within like 5 minutes, we had 2 other couples. So this is one of the islands that we went to. I think this is the first island after Sugby Bay. You go to Sugby Bay first, and then this is the second island that we went to, island hopping. Very beautiful islands in every one of these tours. So on this island that we were at, we could see the other island across there, so I started flying the drone over to see it. I didn't realize till later, obviously, that we were heading that way next. But here's some aerial going over to see it. You can see the sand barge to the left. It's kind of unique, long coming out, little peninsula sand barge there. Not very big of an island. But it does have a little bit people on this side. I did see a house or something on there, along with some gazebos and stuff for people to eat. So on the back side, again, you got some rock, but mainly on this side, you can see a person there. There is just the sand barge that's there. Now this is where you normally park. Again, since we were the first ones out there, and early enough, there was no boats there yet. Matter of fact, I think we were like the second one there once we did arrive. So, but a real nice island. So here I am on the other side coming back. And this, I believe at this time, yeah, we're here now. You can see the boats right there, where the boats are there now. So now we are at this island. Here's the sand barge going out. I'm flying a drone there on the actual island in the trees, and that's the island across is where we were just at, and this is that peninsula. Again, they did have a few huts or gazebos in there and a little bit of refreshments, and no restaurants or nothing like that, being small of an island as it is. I did try to walk around it. I thought it would be pretty good to walk around it, but in the back it's got a lot of rock, a lot of lava rock and marsh and stuff back there, so I wound up turning around. Now here we're back in Siargao mainland, and we rode north on the mopeds. And the further you go north and get away from everybody from General Luna, the less people there are. So you can see we weren't quite north, but hardly anybody on the beach as you saw there. Now there was a lot of white beaches, but then there's also these lava rock beaches along the side and along the right also. I definitely would not recommend swimming in this, but you can see across down there the beach area, sandy beach also, with hardly anybody on it. And every time we went up there on the north side, it was just the locals there. And this is a quick beach, Pacific something. Have a good one.
Okay, this is the cost sheet for Siargao, Philippines. I will put this on both videos, part 1 and part 2, because there's different costs for both of them. So I'll just go ahead and put it on both of them. Again, we stayed 10 days, 9 nights. This was a little long. I think optimum would be about 7 days there. You could definitely do it also in 5 if you rush around a bit for basically everything around the island. That can be pretty much be done. If you go over that, again, 9-10 days here was definitely too long for us by 2 or 3 days. So I'd probably recommend 6 or 7 days. So again, this is a flight to get there. Again, I came from Dumaguete, so from as I indicated in the beginning, we had to drive up to Mactan Island, fly over. For the flight ticket for both of us was 1,400,000 pesos there, about $271. That was direct flight from Mactan to Siargao. The van from the airport is 300 pesos. Scooter for a rental, again, we got it for $300 a day because we were more 5 days, but they're usually about $350 to $400 a day. Put some gas in the scooter, and the first 3 days we didn't rent a scooter, but we did because we knew we were going to do island hopping, which is what we did, and needed it. But it does cost about 30 pesos, basically anywhere around General Luna where you're at, the main area, to go to one way is about 30 pesos. So you can go round trip about 60 pesos, so it's not bad at all if you just wanted to stay around General Luna and not get a scooter either. The ferry from Dumaguete to Cebu was about 640 one time round trip going back, so 1280 total. Hotel was 15,000 again for 9 nights. It was a pretty decent hotel. They did have ants and bugs in that, and I wound up getting some spray, but it was air conditioning, hot water, refrigerator in it, so it wasn't too bad. Our excursions, which was basically on the first video, the surfing, it's 500 bucks for the first hour with a surfboard and an instructor. But if you don't want an instructor and you want to do it, which I did one time, it's $200 for the board only. So we wound up going, she did a couple times and I did it once. She did it with an instructor, which you see on the first video. Went to a waterfalls, which was real cheap, but it wasn't that good of a waterfalls, but something to do to go swimming. The cave and that we went into and swimming and jumping off was pretty good. You'll see that in the videos. 520 pesos. Island hopping on the east side, which is right in General Luna. We had 5 islands. You'll see that in this video. Again, $13.50 for both of us. Island hopping on the west side, because what they do there is $30.50 for a boatload, and you can get 6 people, up to 6 people in it. As long as you get 6 people in it, you just divide it by 30 people, and it's pretty cheap per person. Now, and it's pretty easy to do that. Everybody wants to go. Just hey, you find couples at a time, or singles, and say, hey, you want to get together on a boat, and they always say yeah. And then there's an additional 130 fees, 2 of them, or 2 sets of them, for a total of 130 for each person above that. Wakeboard park we went to. This was a little expensive. It's basically $1,200 per person for up to 4 to 6 people per hour. Now, based on that, they don't go, per person. They want, even though we were a couple, we had to go with another couple in that hour, and they only do it by the hour. So we wound up going with 4 people, which is basically 15 minutes a piece. You don't do it at one time. You kind of go around. We did it, I think, three times each, and you'll see that in the first video. Cloud 9 surfing. Again, we went surfing, and Cloud 9 is basically the main area where people go, and it's just in order to get in, we went twice, so 100 times 4, 100 pesos per person each time. Groceries, you can see here, we went out to grab some groceries since we had a refrigerator, fruits and stuff we could eat out of the hotel. We didn't have any cookware in there. Went to a high-end restaurant a few times. They have this one restaurant there that you basically show your food on the camera, and then at the end they look at it and tally the total amount up. It's kind of different. And normal PH venue food, on the side, basically about $360. That's normally how we eat. So a total of 77, almost 8,000 pesos for the food. But we normally eat twice a day and sometimes even once a day, and I may not even do that. Going out drinking, here's some happy hour stuff. I usually drink those Jack and Coke in cans, and so going out and beer, and then we bought some shirts. So total was about 52,000 pesos for everything, again, for a 10-day cruise, or $980 US. Now, out of that $980, 270 of it for 2 people was for the flight. So almost a third of it was for the flight, and basically about a third of it also for the hotel that we stayed in, again, for 9 nights, which you can do a lot cheaper, and you can also probably find a cheaper hotel there too. So take that out, that's $600 there about. So really it was only $300 or $400 for the everything that we did above the hotel and the flight. So that's a good way to look at it too. So
Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye. You know what to do. Go ahead and hit those buttons. And thank you for watching Kathon's Journey.